Hey guys, did you know that the rivalry between Mercedes and Red Bull is heating up this season? After a tough start, Mercedes made an incredible comeback at the Canadian GP, and it has Red Bull on edge. And it doesn't stop there. Other teams like Ferrari and McLaren are eyeing Mercedes' innovations and could completely change the game with their own versions of flexible front wings. Has Mercedes finally solved their performance issues, and are they ready to challenge Red Bull head-on? And how are these new front wings changing the Formula One landscape? The competition is more intense than ever, and today we're diving deep into these rivalries and innovations shaking up the paddock. So get ready, because this video is full of twists and turns. Mercedes finally showed signs of life at the Canadian GP, securing their first pole position and podium of the season. Team principal Toto Wolff didn't hide his optimism, highlighting the encouraging signs from recent developments. He said, "It was encouraging to make another positive step forward in Canada. Seeing this translate into the best result of the season so far is a reward for everyone's hard work. The consistent performance in Montreal was a relief, but there are still doubts about whether this can be maintained in the upcoming races. The circuit Gilles Villeneuve has its peculiarities, such as the new surface and variable weather conditions, which might have favored Mercedes. Wolff pointed out that the Canadian track is unique, and they need to see if they can maintain this level of performance on more traditional circuits. The Spanish GP in Barcelona will be crucial for measuring Mercedes' true progress. The team hopes that the improvements seen in Canada are not just a flash of hope, but a sign that they are back in the championship fight. Has Mercedes solved their balance issues, and are they ready to challenge Red Bull and other top teams head-on? We'll find out in the coming races. Flexible front wings are at the center of a major controversy in the Formula One paddock. Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, and now Mercedes are all involved in heated discussions about the use of these aerodynamic innovations. Red Bull, in particular, has been pointing fingers at Ferrari and McLaren's front wing designs, claiming they are finding ways to circumvent regulations for competitive advantages. Mercedes joined the fray by introducing their own flexible front wing in Monaco, which significantly contributed to their competitive performance in Montreal. These wings allow better car balance in different types of corners, something Mercedes has struggled to achieve since the start of the season. James Allison, Mercedes' technical director, commented, "While the new wing has made the car more driver-friendly, Montreal may have favored our performance more than other circuits. The legality of these flexible wings is being debated by the FIA, and stricter rules may be implemented. Meanwhile, Red Bull has threatened to develop their own flexible wings if the practice continues to be tolerated, potentially sparking a new technological race among the teams. This technical dispute not only questions the integrity of the regulations, but also the competitiveness among teams. The ability to develop and implement these innovations could be a decisive factor in the championship battle. Will the FIA intervene and change the rules of the game? And how will this affect the rivalry between Mercedes and Red Bull? The tension is rising, and every move could be crucial in the championship fight. So, folks, are you following these technical innovations shaking up the paddock? Mercedes' flexible front wings are causing quite a stir, and it's not just Red Bull that's worried. Ferrari and McLaren are also in the game, and the best part, the FIA could step in at any moment to change the rules and make things even more exciting. What's your take on this? Do you think these innovations are fair, or should the FIA intervene? Leave your comments below. Now, let's see how these developments can really impact the Mercedes-Red Bull rivalry and what we can expect in the upcoming races. The Spanish GP is seen as a true litmus test for Mercedes, as the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya offers a variety of technical challenges with its fast, medium, and slow corners, along with a long straight and various elevation changes. Historically, this track hasn't favored Mercedes, making this race even more crucial to assess whether recent updates have truly resolved the car's balance issues. Toto Wolff emphasized the importance of the Spanish GP as a proving ground. Barcelona will be a good test for our progress. Tracks with this wide range of speeds have been our weak point so far this year. This weekend will offer another opportunity to evaluate our progress through recent updates. Comparing Mercedes' performance with Ferrari and McLaren will be inevitable, as these teams are also developing aerodynamic innovations to improve their cars. Mercedes needs to show they can consistently compete against these direct rivals, especially on a challenging circuit like Barcelona. Performance here could set the tone for the rest of the season. Expectations are high, and all eyes will be on Mercedes to see if they can maintain the positive momentum from Canada and finally establish themselves as serious contenders in the championship fight. Can Mercedes take on Red Bull and other teams head-on? The race in Barcelona might have the answer. The rivalry with Red Bull adds an extra layer of tension. The Austrian team is closely monitoring Mercedes' improvements while working to maintain their own advantage. Max Verstappen, who dominated the early season, has seen his lead shrink, placing even more focus on the technical developments that could turn the tide in Mercedes' favor. Additionally, the possible FIA intervention on flexible front-wing regulations adds an element of uncertainty. If the FIA decides to tighten the rules, all teams will have to adjust quickly, leading to a series of new challenges and opportunities. The stage is set for a series of intense and unpredictable races. Will Mercedes be able to keep up the pace and challenge Red Bull head-on? Or will Red Bull find new ways to stay ahead? And how will regulatory changes affect the balance of power among the teams? The tension is mounting, and every move could be decisive in the championship battle. And now, the crucial moment. The epic battle between Mercedes and Red Bull is more intense than ever. With Mercedes showing signs of life and Red Bull feeling the pressure, every race becomes a true battlefield. Max Verstappen, who dominated early in the season, saw his lead shrink, especially after George Russell's surprising performance in Canada. Red Bull is not willing to give up ground. They threaten to develop their own flexible front wings if the FIA does not take action against the practice. This could trigger a new wave of innovations and technical controversies, keeping all of us on the edge of our seats. Meanwhile, Ferrari and McLaren are not just watching from the sidelines. They are also pushing the limits of the regulations to gain any possible advantage. The Spanish GP will be a true testing ground for all these innovations and strategies. What can we expect in the upcoming races? Lots of action, intense battles, and of course technical developments that could change the course of the season. Mercedes is ready to challenge Red Bull, and with other teams in close pursuit, the 2024 championship promises to be one of the most exciting in recent years. So, don't take your eyes off the track, because the fight for the top is just beginning. And you, are you on Team Mercedes or Team Red Bull? Leave your comments and let's keep this conversation going.